Plaintiff Iris Phillips met the defendant on a sex chat line, and they started dating. Iris claims she eventually discovered the defendant was also on other sexual websites, and she has the explicit pictures to prove it. She's suing him today for a car and parking tickets. Defendant Marlon Lindsay admits that he was on other sexually explicit websites, but says he was on them with Iris. Marlon's countersuing for harassment.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I met Marlon in 2006. I met him on Live Link's check line. Basically, I was on the line looking for a relationship or a booty call. Okay. Okay.
What did you find? You had a relationship, and you all had relations.
That was all lies. Yeah.
You did have relations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was all lies, based on lies.
All right. So you all met, and how did that progress?
We talked for a couple of days, and then he came to my house, and we got together, and then we built up a relationship. We was in a relationship for 5 years, too long. Like I said, the relationship was built on lies.
Why?
Because he told me that, I asked him where he was living, and he told me that he lived with a friend, it was a female, and that she's been friend of the family for years.
I know you didn't go for that, and it was one bedroom.
Well, I didn't know at the time how many bedrooms.
Gotcha. You didn't know how many bedrooms. Go ahead.
I'm just going by what he told me, you know. And so I kept finding out things. He came over my house, he used the internet one time, and he left his email open. So I'm nosy, I goes through the email. And I finds, he was chatting with other women and stuff like that. Matter of fact, he was on fling.com. And Your Honor.
You're a little sex fiend, aren't you? What can I say, Your Honor?
Excuse the court and everybody, but his screen name was Everett. I got photos proof.
Of who?
Of Marlon on fling.com.
All right. Go right ahead, dog.
Yeah, it looks like he's running for Congress.
Okay. And when I questioned him about that, Your Honor, he told me that was before my time.
All right, so he was looking for flings and
he was
ladies.
talking to a bunch of women, a bunch of women.
And he went by the name Eveready.
There you go.
Richard Eveready.
Yeah.
He longed for, no, that doesn't make sense. No. I was talking about the name. All right,
So
let's get through this, because I keep... Go ahead.
He brought a baby to my house, Your Honor. And he told me that was his cousin baby. And I say, I kept looking at the baby, and I
didn't deny my son.
And I say, his baby, I said, that baby looked like you.
I didn't deny my son.
He said, yes, you did. And then I found out through another sex site that was his baby, because...
What you doing on all these sex sites, by the way?
I even set him up, Your Honor.
I got on him because of her.
No.
All right, let me hear from him, and then we'll get back to the car and parking tickets you're suing him for.
Okay.
Can I give you a little background about myself, Your Honor? Most of that stuff is...
Somebody just say we already know.
I heard that. Anyhow, I'm a vet. My family owns several businesses, and we're doing pretty good. I'm not a bad guy as she's making me out to be.
So your family owns several businesses?
Several businesses.
So you all pretty prosperous?
Yeah, we do all right.
All right, so that's why you have so much extra time.
Sometimes that is.
On your hands. Extra time on your hands. That's why you have so much extra time on your hands.
I don't have no embarrassment about that. You're right. But like she said, I met her on the chat line, and we got together. I think basically what she felt that this relationship was gonna be was like marriage or a real relationship, but I just took it as what these kids call today is, friends with benefits.
Did she catch you in all these situations?
No, she didn't. She just saying that.
She didn't
so
catch you on all these
bad.
sex fiend sites that she just mentioned?
Half the time we was on there together.
That's too
No,
much
Your Honor.
information now.
No, Your
Let's get
Honor.
to the car that you're suing about. Tell me what's going
he
on with
asked me
that.
to help him get a car
When?
in 2007.
All right.
Okay, if we wasn't in a relationship, I wouldn't have helped him get a car because I'm disabled. I don't have no money like that. He's supposed to, pay for the car and everything.
What I mean, you ain't too disabled, but go ahead. You say what? He parked the
Not
car.
in that
Go ahead. So you're gonna keep the car in your name?
way. Well, when the title came, that's when I found out the car was in my name first and he is under it.
It should have said co-signer.
Well, I don't know.
All right. Nonetheless, he swore to that obligation.
He had the car 24/7. He was the one driving the car. He got all these parking tickets on this car.
And you never drove it during those years?
No,
You have your own, obviously.
no. I was getting right from other people.
Now, you know he's going to deny this,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
He's going to say
Oh, yeah,
you
'cause
drove
he's-
it as much as he did.
He can
and
say
then when
that.
you hand me the dates for the tickets and I read off some of the dates, he's going to say, nope, didn't drive it that day. She drove it. Hand me the tickets. Sir, what do you want to tell me about the car,
actually-
first of all? Let's get to the
Actually, on
car.
the car, the purchase date was July 7th, 07 at about 3:40 p.m. I remember that day because that's what car I wanted. The agreement was that she was going to co-sign for the car. I was going to take over the payments because she didn't have a job. And as me taking over the payments, then I was going to have the car pretty much all the time. Now, there was a couple of times that I went out to her house. She had to go to the store. She had to go here. She had to go there. I stayed in the house while she went and did her thing.
Okay. Now,
God.
tell me about the balance on the car.
The balance on the car, they told her, they sent her a letter, but saying that it was $3,500. But before all that, I was in plans, to repay this car. I just got laid off in 07. I was a security supervisor downtown at the convention center.
Okay, what's your new plan?
Why should I have to pay for a car that she repossessed that I
did
paid
she?
over $4,900
Ma'am, you
for?
repossessed it?
Oh, yeah.
When?
I got the car took from him because he stopped making
When?
payments on the car. Last year.
Okay. So he was looking for flings and
He was talking
ladies.
to a
and-
bunch of women. Bunch
And
of
he
women.
went by the
telling
name
them,
Eveready.
there you go.
Richard Eveready.
Yeah.
Long for, no.
Plaintiff Iris Phillips says after she started dating the defendant, she discovered he was on sexually explicit websites, and she has the pictures to prove it.
She had a right to repossess it.
Like I said, I got laid off in 07. We made payments. My girlfriend and I made payments all the way up until February of 09.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You ever had a car financed in the past?
Yes.
Do you think you could tell the car finance company that we paid as long as we could?
Actually, I was talking to them. I had talks with them, telling them that
And they told you can keep it.
They didn't really say keep it.
Right,
but-
I know they did. And neither did she. Your counterclaim for $1,500 is for harassment.
For
sir.
harassment, she came by my house. She left notes on the car saying, you better not let nobody drive it. You better not be having nobody in there. But if I'm making all the payments over $4,900, she can't tell me who to have.
Well, should have got her name off of it. You know how you could have done that?
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
And your only harassment is that she put notes on the
Well,
car.
she put notes on the car. She came up to my job. I had a part-time job when I owned my business.
Ma'am, did
she
you come
came
up
up
to
to my
his job?
starting
No,
stuff.
sir. And I don't know nothing about a part-time
Brooklyn
business.
Park
that he
Police
had.
came. They made me
You
give
have
her the keys.
anything evidence that
Have
she
any
came to your job?
No, I don't have any evidence. All I have is the payment that we were making on the car up until 08.
You have the balance. That's what I need to see, the balance.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay. And what is that you have that you want me to hear? The recording, obviously.
Oh,
You
yeah,
have
the
something.
voicemail that he left on my phone.
When?
On 5/16.
Right after she called me.
2/13. Oh, yeah, I called you to tell
Go
you
ahead.
that we
Let me
can
hear
even-
it.
Why you lying? The last time I went to court, dude told me there wasn't no more tickets on that car and on the car that I was driving. So why is you lying? I don't know you You can go to court if you want to. You be standing there by yourself, Mark. I'm telling you, last time I got caught when me and you was in that truck, they showed me all the tickets that I've ever had in Minnesota under the cars that are registered to my name, and he said there wasn't no more tickets. The only thing I had to do was pay that fine from when me and you got stopped, and that was it. There wasn't no more tickets. And anyways, them tickets can't be collected on if they're past a certain amount of time anyway. So either they lying or you lying. And like I said,
ma'am,
dude already told me that.
You believe that the cities where you get a parking ticket, that after a while, you no longer owe.
Can I clear that up for you?
Somehow you believe.
Can I clear that up for you, sir?
Yeah, please do.
Now, what the man told me was in Minnesota.
Do you have evidence
Yes, I do.
that says you don't owe tickets after you wait long enough?
But he told me
Sir,
after.
I know, just like the finance company told you that they won't take the car if you stop paying.
You're not letting me
see
finish,
what
though.
I say? I don't need to hear no more of that nonsense. Sir, your harassment claim is dismissed. You have no proof of that. And you think unreasonably. So I can't rely on anything that you tell me because you just don't think properly when you think that one, as I just heard, that if you don't pay your tickets, at some point it just goes away. And if you don't pay your car note, that you shouldn't have a problem keeping it. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Jesus. That's what I'm talking about. So I was on the sex site with you? No, I found out all about
He was
your
on the sex site with me, like I said.
And
whatever.
that's your girlfriend now? She wasn't your girlfriend at first.
No, she been for
was
17
a friend.
years. How you figure?
I know, that's
Wow,
how I
okay,
found
then.
out.
Well,
Because I go through your page to get to hers.
whatever.
Yeah, you just a pathological liar.
Whatever.
Liar,
That's
pants
good.
on fire.
That's good.